Hi. I'm here to talk about vegan diets and antimicrobial resistance genes, or ARGs for short. Now, bacteria are constantly transferred between humans, animals, and vegetables in a variety of different ways, and each of those ways I have drawn in crayon to help drive the message home. On the floor from the last take. So the first scenario of bacterial transfer is from animals and vegetables to humans through the food that we eat. This is a pig and some, iceberg, and the guy is smooth jazz for sure. He is bald but has decided to maintain the presence of a ponytail. Now the second scenario of bacterial transfer is from humans, that one's gyrating, and animals to vegetables through the various fecal deposits that we leave behind, dispersed in the waterways or on soil, in soil, whatever. The third scenario of bacterial transfer is ultimately from vegetables, but through animals, eventually eaten by some people. Anyway, so with this whole incessant prom dance that the bacteria participate in, there is an increased likelihood of genetic exchange occurring between all the microbiomes, and with that, there is a likelihood for transfer, adoption of potentially new genes into the guts of our guts. But some of these new genes could harbor antimicrobial resistance, which really isn't a good thing, for the record. Now, the thing is, the actual extent to which diet has on this transfer isn't really well documented, but there is emerging research coming from Italy, where some Italians, they reached out to some omnivores, vegans, and vegetarians. They collected their stool. They investigated it for the presence of four ARGs, specifically ones that they considered representative of the four major antibiotic classes that we use today. Now, the first one was found to have no impact on the presence at all. It and diet were not related. The second one was found to be more substantially less present in the omnivorous group, which suggested that its presence was not favored in meat. Like, meat wasn't a good carrier for this guy, which is true because this is for the beta-lactam gene, because the enzyme that gene codes for, it's commonly found in E. coli infected vegetables or irrigation water. Now the fourth. Oh, my battery's dying. Now the fourth one. Now the fourth one. The last two were found to be significantly more prevalent in omnivores and vegetarians, suggesting that animal-derived foods were more the sources of these antimicrobial resistance genes, and most importantly, the overall load of ARGs was significantly less in vegans. You see right here the box and whisker graph. That's omnivore, vegetarian, vegan. Vegan's way lower. So, obviously, there are a lot of limitations to this study. There were only 43 omnivores and 31 vegetarians, 26 vegans. So it's not much, and there's still a lot to be done. But it's something, right? I think it's something. Okay.